nie złamie wolni żadna klęska, nie zdroży śmiałych żaden brud. Pójdziemy razem do zwycięstwa, by ramię w ramię stanie lud. Warszawskie dzieci, pójdziemy w bój, za każdy kamień twój, stolicą damy krew. Warszawskie dzieci, pójdziemy w bój, gdy padnie rozkaz twój, podniesie prawo gniew. O Wiśle wola i pokój, ulica każda, każdy dom, i padnie pierwszy strzał do czwortu, jak węgół wokół złoty grom. Warszawskie dzieci, pójdziemy w bój, za każdy kamień twój, stolicą damy krew. Warszawskie
And as if that were not enough, the next day, a Sunday, August the 6th, the bombing of all the tunnel system of communication created panic behind their lines. The atrocities of Black Saturday and the tunnels that made the war But on the second day, the Warsaw Poles did have some success. They captured post office. After seeing German prisoners cast Polish morale greatly, they'd also secured a stock of German uniforms, which, to add to the general confusion, go with armbands and the Polish colours of red and white. Meanwhile, Warsaw would have to hold out as best it could. For the moment, seemed content merely to contain the Poles. No counter-offensive was begun to dislodge them. Though when news of the uprising reached Hitler, he ordered that the Warsaw Poles be wiped out as an example to the rest of occupied Europe. Begun with only enough ammunition for 5 days, and so ways of supplementing this were soon at a premium. Unexploded German explosive, which was then called a fuse attack. Craftsmen, violins, pressed into manufacturing bullets. Mortars were made out of bricks, and car springs converted into catapults to hurl homemade petrol bombs. After the bombing of August the 6th, the pleas to London of the Warsaw Poles were answered in part by occasional airdrops, but the losses were high, and most of the supplies fell into German hands. They asked Stalin to help the Poles, since the Russians were nearest, but Moscow was being ominously silent. Roosevelt was reluctant to press the Russians unduly, since the United States had joined in the war against Japan. But the airdrops were a great boost to Polish morale, and the anti-tank equipment that came this way, the Germans resumed their attacks with heavy guns. The German commander on the Eastern Front wrote in his memoirs that the fighting for war was far fiercer. Fighting of all in Warsaw is that the bulk of the Polish defenders had located themselves. Even brick by Warsaw, the Germans used their tanks to bombard the city from close quarters. Polish resistance was stiff and German casualties heavy. Most of the German casualties were sniper stories of the ruined buildings. With ammunition, "Peril for every bullet" was the Polish slogan at this time. It was very nearly a old town. The Poles had their successes, particularly when on August the 20th they took the telephone to Ukrainian mercenaries of the German armed defenders in the old town. A few days later, the German police headquarters was captured. Many Polish hostages with precious ammunition as Up for the old town, the Poles were surrounded and pushed away. German attackers had now doubled in numbers to 30,000 or so. German generals had their minds on possible war. 1,000 Polish soldiers surrendered. Another 3,000 escaped Warsaw. The hopeless fight had lasted 10 long minutes to be exact. Twice as long as the Poles went down against the Germans to cross the lines of nearly 250,000. German casualties were only a few thousand. Once the remaining citizens of Warsaw were systematically September the 29th, the German artillery bombed the remaining Polish positions. Moves had already been initiated to surrender. The president of the Polish Red Cross, Countess Krajewski. Their struggle were the most agonizing of all, since by now they had no food, no water, nothing. The end came on October 1st, the Germans
Pierwszy marsz, niech dzień po dniu uszumieć drzew i w sercach drży, bez próżnych skarg i zbędnych słów, to nasza krew i czyjeś łzy. Pierwszy marsz, a jego moc, pierwszy kraj, a zrakiem Bóg, słońca czas,
destroyed. It would never rise again.
Słychać miarowy równy krok, to maszeruje ta nasza piechota. Śpiew na ustach, spokojna twarz i wzrok, to maszeruje ta nasza piechota. Śpiew na ustach, spokojna twarz i wzrok. Nie szumcie, wierzmy nam, żalu, co serce rwie. Nie płacz, dziewczyno ma, bo w partyzance nie jest źle. Do tańca grają nam granaty miejsców szczęk. się nasza nie kończy, choć nie wiemy, gdzie wędrówki kres, ale pewni jesteśmy zwycięstwa, bo przelano już tyle krwi i łez. Ale pewni jesteśmy zwycięstwa, bo przelano już tyle krwi i łez. Nie szumcie, wierzmy nam, żalu, co serce wie. Nie płacz, dziewczyno ma, bo w partyzance nie jest źle. Do tańca grają nam granaty Wisu szczel. Śmierć kości niby łam, lecz my nie znamy, co to lęk.
Ktoś dzisiaj powie, że ten heroizm na marne poszedł i straty, ale ja się z tym nie zgodzę, bo wygnał z Polski te pszubraty. Czy warto było to poświęcenie, ofiary z ludzi i zniszczenia? Oni nam wolność przybliżyli, bohaterowie z wielkiego uniesienia. Nie było triumfów ani fanfar, gdy z gruzów Warszawy odeszli i tylko pożar jęczał głośno, gdy miotacze ognia tam weszły. Oni pokazali, że trzeba walczyć, mimo że walka jest przegrana, aby nie zniknąć z mapy świata i nie upaść głęboko na kolana. Zginęło ich wtedy 200 000, bez amunicji, w obliczu głodu, bo za Wisłą stał następny agresor. Czekał i widział zagładę narodu.
Dziś padł on, jutro ja, świat się pytał. Gotuj broń, krew ci gra, bo Józef. Chłopcy silni jak stal, oczy patrzą się w